Well, good morning and welcome to another Wellness Wednesday with Kathy Stevens. I am hoping that we're going to have a wonderful time today on this beautiful summer day doing the 60 Up Summer Circuit and, of course, featuring the 60 Up Balance Training System. So, let's talk a little bit about what my focus is today. I like to call it the 3 B's. So, we're going to really work on balance, breaks, and breath. And why is that important today? It's important because so much is known now about the importance of breathing exercise, deep breath exercise, to exercise the diaphragmatic muscles, the lungs, the respiratory system in general, so that you can keep that total volume or that tidal volume of oxygen that you can bring in, absorb, and then exhale fully. And if any of you have had any respiratory issues, especially this last year as we get through so many of the different viruses, and in particular the COVID virus, you know how important that lung capacity is and that importance of breath. So today we're going to be a little more focused during our breaks between our circuit bouts on breathing. How's that sound? Also, the other reason that I like to focus on that today is because if you are doing this live, I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, it's getting up in degrees. We're having a nice hot or heat wave here in California. So sometimes it's okay to take a little more time, take a little more break between your workouts. Enjoy the ride. And so that's going to be my focus so we can stay a little cooler. With that said, keep in mind you're going to need some water because hydration is so important in general, but in particular when you are working out in a little hotter environment, hot, humid, whatever you might be dealing with today. I know I have a little bit of both going on here. So please have your water nearby. I mentioned in my post this morning that we will be using the bands. And as you can see, I have my bands hooked up to the side. I always love to go over this because I never know if there's someone new in the room. So with the bands, let me just show you real quickly before we get started. And I'd love for you to have a loose band nearby as well, because we're going to use bands on board and bands loose as well. So you're going to take the side that doesn't have the foam handle, which is more like just a strap, and you're going to lace it through. I'm using the side holes, and then you just put the handle through that strap and tighten up, make a little slip knot, and that's the way those go on. I have my short handles on board, so as I'm describing this, hopefully you're getting yours out on either side, and then I'm going to have my other handle in hand so we can use it for some freestanding work as well. I love working with the tubing because it allows you to get added resistance. Now, if for some reason your tubing just isn't available to you today, or you just don't feel like challenging yourself past just the movements, remember, if I'm doing something here with the tube where that tube is adding resistance, I could just be using dynamic tension and mimicking the movement with a little extra thought on the tricep. Now, the other key thing I like to explain about the tubing is it's all about where you grip it. So if I'm holding the tube and gripping wide, I have a little less resistance going than if I grip or anchor it a little more narrow or with less tubing. That's going to increase the resistance, just like going from, say, a 2-pound weight to a 5-pound weight increases the resistance when using free weights. So grip is everything, even when we're on the board. If we're doing a movement, let's say I'm doing a rowing action and I say, gee, I'm barely feeling this. Well, I can choke up on it or grab down on the tube so that I'm anchoring or gripping closer to where it's anchored, and that's going to add the resistance. So know that you can let go of the handle, or you can choke up on the tube to create more resistance in any move that you feel that it's not enough resistance to create a sensation of fatigue in the muscle. Keep in mind, with all strength moves, we are either going for endurance, which means I can do a lot more reps and it's a light weight, but I can do lots of reps because life involves a lot of repetitive movement, so muscle endurance is important. And then as we go up the spectrum, trying to gain a little more brute strength, the ability to lift that heavy box, get out of a chair even when your legs are a little older, whatever the case might be, that's where you want to load up with a little bit more resistance, tighter grip, heavier weight, and feel some fatigue within the 10 to 20 range, 10 reps to 20 reps. Once you get over 20-ish, you're working more on that repetitive endurance, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with either type of strength. We need them both in life. So what about the fatigue? The fatigue should be just a sensation of tiredness in the target muscle. I keep pointing to my bicep because I'm doing a bicep curl right now, but it could be my deltoid or my lats or some other group. You just, whatever group we're calling out is the one you want to feel the resistance in rather than at the joint itself. You want to feel the fatigue in the muscle where you say, oh, this is getting kind of tired. I really would love to stop and shake it off a little bit. That's the sensation we're going for during strength training. And I'm bringing that up today because anytime we do a circuit, it typically means that I'm going to be focusing on more than one component: strength, balance, cardiovascular, mobility. These are all components of bodily fitness or muscle fitness or structural fitness. So that is why in a circuit we try to do timed bouts with a focus and alternate between them. That's what we've been doing this summer. Today we're going to balance and breathe it out a little bit more, okay? All right, so let me just check and make sure that you're hearing me and seeing me. Doug, good morning. Hi, Pat, and hi, Vicki. I'm so glad you're here as well. Thank you for being here live and letting me know. I do come back to the chat box with every water break, and we will take them every 10 minutes or so. So if you want to take a little break and let me know something in the moment, that's great. If not, after class, I love coming back and seeing feedback. It helps me gear for the next class and try to keep things fresh and on target for you guys, because that's what this is about, your workout. So thank you for joining me again. If you just joined, don't forget we have our tubing on the handles. We have one free tube, and if you don't have them around, you're just going to give me some nice dynamic tension as we do the movement. All right, little background beat, because you know me, I love to move to music. So hopefully you do too, and let's get warmed up and going on today's summer circuit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, with that said, here we go. All right, let's stand up nice and tall, right behind the board. Hands up top, wiggle those fingers a little bit, lift up and down. Now watch my hands as I lift up, the fingers go down. As I come down, the fingers go up. Oh, we're gonna wake up that brain as well this morning. This is one of those coordination patterns, kind of like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. Let's wake it up, let's shake it up, let's warm it up. 4 more, 4 and 3, stretch them out, 2, last 1. Now heel drops with thumb taps. There we go, tap the top of those poles. Let those heels drop, but as you do, lift that head high. Lift that sternum up and tighten around the core. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, march it right. March. Bring it in. Knee up. Let's get that cardiorespiratory system kicked in and slowly elevated. That's what the warm-up's all about. A gradual pace to bring you into our training zone. Now, what is the zone? Well, when it comes to the heart, on a scale of 1 to 10, you want to be somewhere around a 5, 6, or 7, moderate to somewhat hard intensity. During the strength, because this is a circuit, go back and think about what I said about muscle fatigue in that targeted group of muscles. There we go. 4, 3, wide and narrow on the floor. That's it. So step it out, 2, and in. Let your foot kind of turn out a little bit as you step out. Out, 2, couple more. Take a deep breath. Remember, we're gonna breathe today. Open up those lungs. Last Last time. And then we're gonna do a little fast feet on the floor. Here we go, fast feet. Not high, just double time. Get it going, up and down, up and down. Ooh, this is a fast start, isn't it? 4, 3, back to the heel lifts. Up, down. Remember what our fingers did? This time, let's go up and down with the same finger, lift and drop. So now it's going in the same kind of movement action together. Here we go, up, heels up, fingers up, stretch them, rock and roll. Here we go, in 4, 3, tighten those glutes on the way up, 2, 1, now tap it again, heel taps, thumb taps. Ooh, feel a little bit of jarring through the skeletal system. Believe it or not, that's healthy for the bones. Here we go, in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, march left lead. It's up, back, up, back. Get your posture in place. Head over shoulders, shoulders back and down, sternum up, abdominals engaged. Pull that waistband nice and tight. Wide and narrow again, go left, right, back into the center, out for 2, and in for 2 again. Out, out, in. You've got this. How about 4 more? Here we go. 4. Deep breath. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Now, fast speed again. Here we go. Just up and down, not real high, down low, but with a quick turnover. Ah, yes. Working on a little quickness here. Now take a break, bend the knees. Woo, breathe and break. Inhale, exhale. Remember, our focus today is going to be a little more on breathing and breaking. Inhale, exhale. Now, I also recommend you inhale mainly through the nose. That warms up the air and then gets it down into those lungs for a nice exhale through the mouth and or nose. You can use both on the exhale. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, in and out. Good. You've got this. Keep that pump flowing. In 4, 3 more, 2. Now back rolls, my favorite, you know that. All the way down with a flat back and then roll through. I just think it's such a nice feeling on the spine to get those vertebrae to stretch out a little bit as you're rolling through. Inhale and exhale, kind of like a nice cat back stretch. Hey, cats do it, why not us, right? Roll through. Inhale and exhale. Remember our focus on breath today. Deep breath here. Inhale, 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 inhale. Full exhale there. Exhale, 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 exhale. Again. Come on, milk it for me. Roll through. How about 2 more? Inhale, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one, make it good. All right, tap it up, right first. Tap, down, tap. Good. Keep that head up high, that chin as parallel to the floor as you can. And it is okay to occasionally glance down, but don't get stuck looking down the whole time. That'll take its toll on your neck. We always want to try to keep that nice upright posture because where the head goes, guess what? The rest of the body tends to follow. So let's stay tall. Nice, like you've got a book on your head. That's it. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And then we're going to hit heels to the 2. Heels to the 2. Nice. Out and in. Just waking up the ankles a little bit. Getting your body a little bit more used to balancing on one leg as you keep that cardiovascular system pumping. 8 and 7 and 6, 5. Last 4. Beautiful. 2 1. Now to the floor, let's just tap, tap, tap. Bend your knees a little bit. Let's really get those ankles ready. I know a lot of us have lost some of that mobility in the ankles, so we gotta force it. Even if you're not lifting the toes real high, tap them out for me. Sit back a little into your hips, which will free up that ability to lift those toes a little better. Knees are softer bent. 4, 3, tap it out left first on the 1. Good. Stay tall. Go back and reevaluate your posture here. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget a nice fluid breath. Again, front, back, tap, back. Last one, and we heel to the 2, heel to the 2. Good. Again, out and in. Is that book up on your head? Is that chest lifted? Are you engaging that waist? Pulling in, tightening up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now let's do those toe taps again. Sit back in those hips. So I'm gonna you stay facing front, just watch me. I sit back a little bit so that I have a little more freedom to make those toes do a nice tapping action, alternating right, left, right. Nice. Whew. Warm up those shin muscles, so important for walking gait. 4, 3. All right, guys, basic right, up, up. So we've done stepping patterns a lot this month because it's a great way to get the cardio up on our 60 up. This is called a basic step in case you are new today. It's right up, right down, left down. Leading right now, but down the road we'll lead left. Yes, full foot on, full foot down. So you want to feel your heels make contact on the board and on the floor, all the way down. Nice full range, just like you're climbing a step, and I guess reversing it. Here we go, up, 2, down. You should start to feel that heart rate elevating. Maybe you won't feel that, but you will feel your respiratory rate elevating. That's usually an indication the heart is following. Cardiovascular. Nice. Again, up, 2, down. Now we're going to stretch the hip with a little rear leg lift on the back. So step, lift. Nice. This is an alternating rear leg lift. As you note, it alternates which side lifts. Stretch. Now you can lean a little into your poles as you lift the leg, and don't overlift it. Don't think about kicking the ceiling. Think about pushing a heavy can behind you, maybe a trash can. There you go. Tighten the glutes, stretch the hip. This is another great move for opening up and stretching down those tight hip flexors. Nice. Again. Boom. Kick that can behind you. 4 more. Stretch it back. Again. 3. Last 2. 1 more time. All right. Heel drops. Let them pound. Whew. Can you feel that heart rate elevating? Especially during the break. This is kind of a break. So let's inhale. 1 arm up. Deep breath. Exhale. Other side. Inhale. Breathe and break. If you can, both arms. Now that's going to take a little balance, so you don't have to. You don't want to. 1 more. Up. Now left leg. Basic lead. Up. Back to the basic step. Left lead. Whew, we're still in our first cardio bout out of the warm-up. How you feeling? Here we go. Left, right, up for 2, and down for 2. Again, up. Let that board just react to the step, and your body react to the wobble of the step. the balance, the reactive ability to still feel in control even when that floor isn't exactly stable underneath your feet. The beauty of 60 up. Here we go. 4 more. You got this. 3. Chest up. Chin up. 2 more. Full foot on, full foot off. All those great cues. And then we do alternating rear leg lift. Here we go. Left, stretch it back right. Down for 2. Right, stretch back left. Down for 2. Remember this from the other set we did? Keep going. Lean in a little if you like. Keep that core tight. Lift back. Push that heavy trash can away from you, behind you. There we go. Stretch that hip flexor. We got this. Step, press. Couple more. Up, push. Up, push. Good work. Lift. Press it back. Again. How about 4 more? Can you do it? Yes, you can. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And then we get that break and breathe, right? There we go. All right, heel drop slide. Inhale deep. Exhale fully. One arm, inhale up. Exhale back. Other arm, inhale up. Exhale back. If you can, both arms twice. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And walk it off. Your first water break. Here we go. Awesome, guys. Let me peek in real quick and see if there's any comments that I need to be aware of before we move on. But you guys, Mona, nice to see you. She'll be joining me later. And I'd always love to remind you guys that you can redo these throughout the week because they stay posted here on the 60 Up Numbers page. At least one more sip. All right, we are done with cardio for a second and moving on to strength. So come on back behind your board. Come on up on top of your board and just get 2-to-2 position on the feet. Now we're going to take that left hand and grab that left handle, right? Not right, left. I just said left. But we're going to move it across the body and up like a nice uppercut through the chest, the bicep, the front shoulder. Now let your body rock the board, and if you want a little wider stance or a little more turnout, that's fine too. Bend the knee, sweep that arm across and up towards the right. Back and up. Inhale, exhale. Remember, our target muscle here now is our bicep, front shoulder, and a little bit through the chest as well. So that's where you want to start to feel this, right in this area here. Good. Uppercut. Beautiful. Keep your wrists strong because you're also exercising those forearm muscles. Here we go. Lean in. Punch up. Good job. We got this. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Now hold here. Go up. Up. So balance your board. Oh, I gotta find a balance. Or ground it out, whatever you want. But you can try balancing for extra challenge and give me a little small lateral raise. Notice mine's not going too high. Gotta keep my core tight, my head centered, working that shoulder cap, the deltoid. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Strong wrist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it down. Now pivot towards the left. Bend the front knee. Here come our bent over row series. It's back. Now here's one where you might want to choke up. Notice what I just did? I wrapped down and I grabbed some of that tube to give me a little more resistance in those latissimus dorsi muscles. Why? Those muscles are stronger than the ones we just worked, the deltoids and biceps. So they can take a little more resistance typically to get them to a nice level of fatigue without too many reps going on. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1. Now from here, lean in, tuck the elbow up. Can you see my elbow there? Hold it and just pinch it up right there. Up, up, up. Notice my line from my head to my hip. I don't want this happening, rounding of the back. Nice and long and strong, core engaged, neck in line. 8, pull 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring it back up. Hook up that tube, shake off that arm. Did it feel like it needed a shake or a stretch? If it did, then you did this very well with a great level of resistance and repetition. All right, stretching it out dynamically. Ooh, let's switch sides. All right, right arm is holding the tube, back to a nice comfortable wide stance, 2 to 2 or wider, and then we're gonna rock and cut, uppercut, boom, lift it, biceps, front shoulders, chest, nice. You're also working that lower body as you shift and lunge, side to lunge. Gotta watch out that you don't hit the pole on this. Sometimes you just have to readjust the direction or the path of that uppercut so it doesn't bump into the pole. Nice, keep going. Ooh boy, I'm feeling that really work itself into that chest and front shoulder bicep. Good. Again. Couple more. Lift. Push it through. In 4, 3 more. Last 2. 1 more, and then what did we do? We came out here to the side. We did a little balance trick. Balance out your board as best you can. You might have to adjust your feet. Try to keep it in the center as you give me a small lateral raise. By small, I mean the range is small. I'm only lifting a few inches. Whew. Oh boy, it's getting hot in here. How about for you? Nice job. Up, up. Remember, always feel free to take your own personal breaks if you hit your level of fatigue early. 3, 2, 1. Pivot, turn. Get ready for the row. Many of us can choke up on that band a little bit. Notice how I did that. Here we go. Row. Row. Keep that long, strong alignment. You can bottom that board out so it's not rocking, or maybe you like the rocking action with the row. Up to you. It engages a little more hip and thigh muscle when you rock. Good. But remember, the focus muscle group are those large back muscles called the latissimus dorsi and the rhomboids. Nice. Long neck, strong spine, core engaged. What that means is kind of suck it up, but keep the spine in neutral. Here we go. Pull, pull. Nice. Breathe. 2 more. Hold this one up. Now bottom out and pulse, pulse. So a pulse to me just means on beat, a shorter range finishing move for the muscle that we're trying to get tired. That back, the upper back, the back of the shoulder. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The rest of your body stays very stable. Hook it up. Do you feel the need to shake it out? If so, that's great. Let's dynamically stretch it a little bit now. Whew. Just let that arm sweep around and back. Excellent. Well, gang. Come back to the center. Let's take our breath again, our break in our breath. So this time we're going to bring our feet in just a bit. Try to balance your board as best you can. Hold the top of your handles. Inhale up through the nose. Exhale, lift the toes. Inhale up. Exhale fully. Inhale up. Exhale fully. Try to breathe that air out and in all the way to the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Longer. Inhale. Fuller. Exhale. Longer, stronger. Push all that air out. You can sit back with the hips on that a little if you like. One more. Deep inhale up. Deeper, deeper. Hold it, hold it. And exhale fully. Push that air out fully. And then resume normal breathing. Bottom out, step down, break two. Let's get some water again. Here's where I come back and I check up on you guys just to make sure I'm not missing something important that someone might have to say, because we are live. All right, here we go. Get some water. At least 3 nice gulps would be good. Let's go on back now. So, let's leave the strength and go back to our cardio. But let's get up on board for this cardio. So step up, 1 and 1, and let's get rocking. Start by focusing a low level of cardio and press through the feet. Feel the toes, feel the big toe, feel the pinky toe. Think about your posture. Rock and roll through those feet. Now let's add a little more ankle and knee to the equation. Let those heels pop up a little bit. Push, 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 bend and push. Feel those leg muscles engage. So in control of that board right now. Here we go. Push, push. Excellent. And now bump your hip a little more. So put even more push into that glute area. Oh boy, that's a dynamic push, isn't it? Push, push, push. Breathe. We got it. Head up high, chin up, chest up. Strong ankle, knee, hip press. Stomp inside. All right, now we're gonna ease it out. Go out, out, out. And come in. You can't lift too high, or you'll get off feet. In. So you're just kind of slightly sliding the foot out and bringing it back in to the narrow position. So out, 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 and in. Are you in more control of it now? Here we go. Out. That's a learning curve. In. Notice I'm not really lifting feet more than, I don't know, half an inch to get out there. It's almost sliding it out. Out. And in. One more time. Out. And in. All right, let's run it out right here. Run. So now I'm actually trying to get my full foot to come up off the board momentarily, right, left, right, as I jog it out. Now, if that's too difficult for you, just lift your heels and keep your toes in place. But I'm jogging the center now, center jog. Because my goal is to get that heart rate up, that respiratory system kicking in, feel my breathing become deeper and a little more rapid in pace. Whew. That's called cardiorespiratory training, heart and lung training. Here we go. Right, left, right. Keep your posture tall. You're on the treadmill, the shaky treadmill. Here we go. I want you to see if you can go wide and narrow, go out, in. Remember, we did this in our warm-up. It's a little different on an unstable surface, isn't it? Let your body just react and then find control where you say, oh, I got this. I'm in control. I feel that foot fall. I feel that board react. I feel that core react. I feel that heart and lung react. Good job. Keep it going. 8, 7. Feel free to count with me. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1 more, and then let's just take and rock the toes up from the center. Stretch out those calves a little. Get back on the center of your board if you had kind of gotten a little bit off to the side. Balance it out. Catch your breath a little. Inhale, exhale. Exhale. Remember, break and breathe. Inhale deep. Exhale fully. Again, inhale. I'm still flipping the toes. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Exhale. One more. You should feel much more in control of that heart and lung rate. All right, here we go again. Run left, right, left. So back to our second set, but we're leading left. And on the first of the series, we just kind of pedaled it. Heels coming up in a little jog-like pace, but staying pretty much grounded with our toes. More of a heel drop than a full run. Chin and chest up. Again, think about getting or gaining control of where that board is going. You're in control. It's not leading you. You're leading it. Up, down, side to side. There we go. Nice deep breath. Remember that slow out, 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 in. And it's almost a slide out because you're barely lifting those feet. You're kind of just letting them inch out and inch in to the left, left, right, left. And in. Keep your knees a little bent on this. It helps. Keep it going. Again, let's go. Out, out, out. And in. Up, up, out. And in. One more like that. Out. And in. And now let's run. Knees up, knees up, knees up. If you can, in the center, try to get those feet up off the board. Jog it. But if that's too hard, remember, you can always just keep doing more of a heel lift. Knees up, knees up, knees up. Once again, you have to think about getting control of that board action, preparing, anticipating, being ready to absorb that added movement that the 60-up board offers you a basic jog, making it so much more reactive, so much more neurologically stimulating. That's it. Whew. Ready to handle any surface in life. The ups and downs, the rocky roads. That's what we're about, is getting you ready for life in the comfort of your home on the 60-up board. What more could you ask for? In 4, 3, 2, out and in again. Out, out. This is just the quick step. Wide 2, narrow 2. That board should be bottoming out in response to that wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Good. Ooh, keep going. Chin up, chest up. See the finish line. Again. You're gonna get there, come on. Keep going. 8, count with me. 7, 6, 5. What I love about loud count is that it means you're really breathing because you can't yell it out without a breath. Last one. All right, here we go. Center out. Take and lift the toes up. Stretch out the calf. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Take a break and breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Keep flipping those toes. Keep breathing that air. Keep pushing out that CO2. Again, more. In. Real deep. Out. Real full. Again. In. Out. 2 more. In. Out. Last one. All right, bottom out, step off. Get your water break again. Good job. Wow. This is really going great, isn't it? That nice little recovery breath. It really helps set you up for success in the next bout. Breathe deep. Good job. All right. So, what did we just do? We did cardio. So now we get to come back to strength. And this time, I'd like you to grab a spare band, if you have one, and we're just gonna hold it. I want you to see this up close. Now, if you don't have a band, use gel or belt. All right, so we're just gonna hold it. See how I looped it to give me some nice center resistance. All right, now from here, I'm gonna stand and I'm going to put my hands up on my poles for a second so I can get my balance behind the board. Now, I want my feet about shoulder width apart. And then, now here's where I'm going to challenge you to stand tall if you can. And if you have difficulty standing without holding, then do the same thing from a chair, seated. That's why you should always have a chair nearby as well. All right, so standing nice and tall, chin up, chest up. Let's pull and release, squeezing back between the shoulder blades. Squeeze. Now, if it's too much tension, give yourself a little more tubing to work with between the right and left. Grip. Again, pull. Now, I want you to notice I'm pulling back, squeezing back. The arms go out, but I generate a pinching or pulling together of those scapula bones. Pull them back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn it here and go out, in. Work that tricep. Notice my right arm is kind of up in the air. My left elbow is behind me. And I could be seated during this as well. Here we go. Out. If you want to, and you're standing, you can give me a little back knee action with that tricep kickback. Now my bicep is working on that holding arm, keeping that tube in place. Nice. Out, in, out, in. Whew. Working those arm muscles. 2 more. Last one, bring it center and just rock it out. Now again, feel free to sit down during this if standing without holding the poles is still a little difficult for you. We hope that by working on the 60 up, you're building that freestanding balance as well as the strength to do the movements. So as you keep coming to class, things that maybe you wouldn't have tried before feel so much more doable on the floor. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Posture check. Last one. All right, second set. Why? Because we did this arm, meaning we're going to have to do that arm. But we start with the center pull, pull, release. Squeeze those shoulders back. Between the scapula, those high mid trapezius muscles and rhomboid muscles. Pull them back, squeeze them out, squeeze, squeeze. Now remember what I said about the fact that if you don't have a tube, you can still be doing the move with some nice dynamic tension and focus in those target muscles behind your back. Keep going, squeeze, release. But I have my tube, so I'm gonna use it and get that added resistance. Good. Whew, I can feel it. Can you? This is kind of a little sloppy. Back, front, We got it. Couple more. Last one. Quarter turn, bicep curl, tricep extension. So now my left bicep is in a holding contraction and my right tricep is moving through the contraction. Keep that elbow up. If you want, you can also add that back leg action. Back, up, back, breathe. Now just because we're not taking a really concentrated break and breathe doesn't mean you hold your breath during the exercise series. Exhale, inhale. It's just not a deep one. When we go into those breaks with breath, those are where you want to really expand, extend, and feel that deep breath and that deep exhalation. Out, in, out, in. Are you feeling it yet? I hope so. I am. Last two. Out and out. All right, bring it back. Woo! Feel the need to shake it around. I do. All right, but we're not done yet. If you have that too, let's take it and put it underneath let's start with the right toe. So see how I've got it under my right foot? And then I'm gonna put my right foot up on that board, holding here and balancing the lunge. I'm in a lunge position, front knee bent, back leg straight. And we're gonna do a little lunge and row. Lunge and row. Nice, chin up, chest up, thumbs up. This is where the longer band is nice because it gives you a little more range of motion for those arms. But if you got the shorter band, that's okay. You just won't be able to pull back so far, which is okay because it's that initiation and that first third of the movement that probably does the most anyway. Here we go, bend that front knee in, find that balance point on the red line in the center of the board. You got this. Long spine, strong neck, working those mid-back muscles, those biceps. Whew, good job. Couple more, 4 and 3 and 2. Now hold this one here and just go out wide, out, out. My little pulse finish here. Straight arms to the back wall. 8, 7, 6, 5. That's hard because those muscles are weak. Last one. All right. Woo, shake it off. Nice work. We have another side, don't we? Yes, we do. Shake it off a little. Row it around. Remember, this could be done from the chair as well. But if you're doing it from the chair, you're going to have to make sure to keep that foot grounded. Don't let the toe come up as you're doing the row or that rear leg or that rear arm press. All right, but if you can, put it on the red line for a little bit more action in that leg and ankle. Nice. Reach and pull from a lunge. That's it. You can add a little bend in the front knee if you want to challenge it or not. Good. Keep going. Pull them back. Pull them back. Excellent. Chest up, chin up. I love the way this board adds the other element of stabilization and balance to everything we do, every move we make. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Deep breaths. 4, 3. Good pull. 2. All right, stay forward, straight arm press, back, back. Kind of like a, I don't know, a cape flaring behind you. Keep that neck long and strong. The front knee bent. Push. Ooh, you're gonna feel this one. In 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo! Yes. Put that tubing down. Stand up or sit down and let's just circle that arm back and around. And now forward and around, like you're pitching a ball. Dynamically releasing the tension we work so hard to create in those muscles. Nice. Good, feel good. All right, other side, same thing. Swim it. reverse it. All right, now hands on poles. Remember our break with the breath. We're gonna do the cat back roll, but I want you to really focus in on the breathing, okay? So we're gonna inhale as we come down with a flat back. Deeper, deeper. Exhale as we roll through the cat back, and really blow that air out fully as you do that. Inhale deep. Deeper. Exhale fully. Break with a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come on, guys. I want you to feel this in the lower lungs. Using those diaphragm muscles to help you to expand and then to contract and collapse. Pushing that air out. Come on, a couple more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Standing nice and tall. All right, holding here. Just rock it gently side to side. Good work. We're going to start to bring that heart rate and that muscle tension down, cooling it down gently, recovering a little longer, because whenever you work out and it's a little hotter climate, your body is working twice as hard because it has to try to keep your core, your internal cooling system working at the same time that you're building heat and exuding a lot of calories and a lot of energy doing the exercise. So we need a little more focus sometimes on the downhill slide of a workout we do in the heat. 8, 7, 6, 5. Just shift. 3, 2. And we're going to hold the lunge and we're going to turn to the right into a nice, hold the abdominals in, standing lunge with the back heel planted and the sternum up. Now take the arm that's not on the pole, the back arm, and reach up and give me a nice warrior pose right here. Stretch that torso, thumb back behind the head. Good. Open up. Lengthen up. Inhale deeply. Now as we exhale, lean forward and let the arm go behind you and flatten your back parallel to floor. Breathe out. Keep your legs straight. Breathe. Out, out, out. All right, get ready to go up and breathe in. Inhale, give me that nice tall warrior pose. Expand, arch back a little, but keep some tension around your waistband so you don't overarch the lower back. Lift up, breathe up, deeper. I didn't say breathe out yet. All right, here comes the breathe out. Exhale, flatten the back, straighten the legs, hang out, and breathe out. Come on, further, 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 further. Push the heel down, soften the knees. That's it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Blow out all the way. Come back up tall to normal breathing, pivot to the center. Woo, let's just do some rolling side to side. Knees out a little, toes out a little. Release and relax, flow side to side with a roll. I love that series going from the warrior to the flat back position because you get so many of your tight muscles out of the way. The shoulder, the hip flexor, the hamstrings, really working on some great muscle balancing from a mobility perspective, from a flexibility perspective. Nice. Inhale, exhale. Again. Notice I have a little turnout with my hips so that my knees and toes always try to line up and go in the same direction. That's important. It's much healthier on the knee when you do that. Good. Keep going. Side to side. Roll that shoulder back. Release tension in the neck and the back and the torso. And now pivot, turn to the left side. We're going to do the same warrior forward flat back series here. Ground your back heel, soften the back knee a little. Inhale up and arch back slightly as you sink in and breathe up and in. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Inhale. Push that thumb behind you. Keep inhaling. And then come forward with a flat back and slowly whoosh that air out your mouth. Exhale and hold. Try to straighten the legs and get the back parallel to the floor in its nice long line, head to hip. Exhale further. Up we go. Inhale up. Slow. Deeper. Smooth. Breathe it in. Arch it back slightly. Tuck down. Hip under. Abdominal still pulled in so you don't overarch the back. Inhale. Exhale. Forward from the hips. Straighten the legs. Bring the arm up behind you. Blow that air out. Come on, guys. A little further. Empty out those lungs. Here are the dust bunnies. Here we go. Up again. Inhale nice and slow. We're breaking and breathing in our final stretches. Inhale, lift. Thumb back. Nice long torso tightness here. Deeper, deeper, deepest. And forward. Exhale slow. Through the mouth, through the mouth. Like you're moving in slow motion or through water. Lay it out. Flatten the back as much as you can. Try to avoid hunching. Exhale, exhale. Are you still exhaling? You've got a little more in there. Get rid of it. One more time. Inhale up. Last chance to really go deep with that breath. Inhale. Tuck the hip under. Lift the chest up. Breathe in. The deepest of all. And then slowly reverse it as you come forward. Do exhale slowly through the mouth. Exhale all the way. Arm goes back, body comes forward. Hold and continue pushing that air out. All right, feel the need to breathe and come up and bring it back to center. So how do you know? How do you know if you've breathed as deep as you can and exhaled as deep as you can? Because you feel the need to breathe again when you really blow it out all the way. It's almost like you're gulping that next bit of air in again. Now let's bring it back to normal, a more natural breath rate as we release all of our mental and physical stress and leave it here on the floor, behind the board. All right, let's come on forward now. Grab your water and let's just take another sip. Our final hydration break as we come to closure in today's Wellness Wednesday circuit, summer circuit. All right, let's see. Haha. You guys still with me? I hope so. So let's go ahead and take our final few sips of water. Well, hopefully not your final, because one key thing to remember is that on hot days, you need to keep sipping throughout the day, not just during the workout. Awesome. All right, well, that finishes it for today. We did a circuit today, and I would invite you to do these workouts with Dan and I on your own as well. So if you catch me live, I love it because I love to be able to see you in there and give you a little shout out and a congratulations for being here and making it through the workout. But I'd also like you to remember that you should be getting in at least 3 workouts a week. That would be awesome. Now you can do that live because Dan is here Tuesday, Thursday, and I'm here Wednesday. But if that doesn't work into your schedule, you can bring these up anytime, any day, and make your own little log, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But try to get that 3rd workout in. And that doesn't mean you can't do more. I won't say more is always better, but you can work yourself towards 5 days a week, which would be a more advanced schedule. Always always make sure you at least take 1 day or 2 off or do something different. So maybe on your down days, just go for a lovely walk or do some yoga stretching. Something else that would balance what you've been doing here with us during the week. And there's the word, isn't it? Balance. So in the big picture, we want to work on our 60 up balance system, but also we want to work on life balance, which means taking breaks. It means understanding when you hit your levels of fatigue, sitting down if you need to, taking a day off if you need to, taking a mental break and doing some meditation if you need to, and add that deep breathing. You're going to find it makes a big difference. So do me this. Try to find at least one time during the day, every day during the week, where you stop, you take a break, and you do nothing but focus on your breath. With that, I'll leave you, and I'll be back next Wednesday. Hopefully you will too, and I'll be looking for those comments, so please do make them. Thanks, Doug. Glad you liked it. I'm always glad to see that you're here and letting me know. Thanks, Pat, as well. Take care. Peace out.